What is going on, everyone? This is Zach here. Welcome back to another album review. This time on Soilwork, The Ride Majestic. Yes, this is it right here. The disc. I believe there's a lyric booklet right here. I know a lot of times it's hard to get the lyric booklet out of the case, but this one actually slides out pretty well, so you shouldn't have a problem getting it out. That's the thing I love about cases like this, where it's not like a hard cover. It's more just like it's more soft, I guess you could say. But yeah, that's the case, and Soilwork's albums are usually like this. The first track, The Ride Majestic, very, very good track, very excellent way to open the album. It starts out slow, and then it picks up and it gets heavy, and it's got a great chorus. And it's pretty much heavy all the way through. It's a great track. I recommend it. Track 2, A Light in the Aftermath, also a very good track. Overall, there's not really one track on here that I can say is just not that good. The only tracks I'm not really too crazy about are The Phantom and All Along Echoing Paths. I mean, that might change. I might get into those tracks later on, but as of right now, those are the ones that I'm kind of just like not listening to right now. Other than that, I'm not listening to, I'm listening to pretty much everything else. A Light in the Aftermath, though, is a really good track. It's pretty heavy, too. Death in General, which is track number 3. This is actually one of the main singles off the album. It's actually a slower song. It's actually one of the slower songs on this album. It's a good track, I gotta say. And track number 4. Now, this one is definitely one of my favorites, Enemies and Fidelity. This is a very good song. It's got excellent, clean vocals. And the guitar riffs, they're excellent. The music to this track is just outstanding. It sounds great, honestly. Track number 5, let's see if I can pronounce this right. Petrichor by Sulfur. This is a good track too. It's also got a good chorus. It's also pretty heavy. It also kind of lights up towards the middle of the track. It's really good. You should check it out if you don't even have this album. And there's another song called The Ride Majestic, but this one is the Aspire Angelic version. I don't know. It's pretty neat. It kind of reminds me of The Living Infinite a little bit. Honestly, I just now thought of this. Because in The Living Infinite, it was a double album. So on the first disc there was Living Infinite 1, and then on the second disc there was Living Infinite 2. They were two different songs, but they were the same title. So I think that's kind of what they were going for here in The Ride Majestic. But yeah, I only heard the second Ride Majestic once. It was okay. I definitely liked the first Ride Majestic a little bit better, but that's just me. And my mind might change over time, so who knows. World of Pain, excellent song. I love this track a lot. This was when I first got the album, this one was one of my favorites, and it still is one of my favorites. It's a great track. It's heavy, and it gets kind of melodic towards the end. It's got a good breakdown. I mean, the breakdown in this track is just outstanding. Shining Lights, I wasn't too crazy about this one at first, and now the song is actually one of my favorites off the album. It's an excellent track. Good chorus. Bjorn Stride, or however you pronounce his name, is an excellent vocalist. If you're a fan of Demon Hunter and you're a fan of Ryan Clark's vocals, there's no doubt in my mind that you're going to like Stride's vocals in the band Soilwork, because their voices are very similar. And for those who don't know, they actually did feature together in a song in Demon Hunter's album The World Was a Thorn, a song called Collapsing. It's a good track, and I feel like together they did a good job on that. But that's a completely different album. But yeah, Shining Lights is an excellent track. The last track, now, this is actually the, I don't want to say deluxe edition. I don't want to say special edition too, but it comes with the tracks, the bonus tracks of Hollow Dreams and Ghost and Thunder. But if you're just, you know, having the regular edition, which I don't know what the heck you're doing with the regular edition, but it's father and son watching the world go down. This is another excellent track. It's not as heavy as a lot of the songs on here. This is actually the slowest song probably on the album. You know, it's kind of like Death in General because it has a lot of clean vocals. I think the thing that really sticks out with that song is the verses. The chorus is good, but I don't know. I kind of like when Stride gets into the vocals of the verses better. So yeah. It's a good way to end the regular edition because it is a slower song, and most albums I feel like do end with a slower song just to have a good ending, kinda. Like, it leaves you satisfied with the album, and I feel like they try to do that with this one if you have the regular edition. But since this is the bonus track edition, or I don't know what you want to call it, it comes with Of Hollow Dreams and Ghost and Thunder. I prefer Ghost and Thunder. And I think that is a good way to close this edition of the album. Overall, I'm going to give this album a 5 out of 5 stars. It's an awesome album. It's definitely one of the best albums I've ever heard. My favorite by Soilwork for a while has been The Living Infinite, and it still kind of is. I still love The Living Infinite. Although I do got to say one thing with The Living Infinite. I think I might like the second disc better than the first disc. Just saying. There's only like really 2 tracks I like on the first disc of The Living Infinite, and that was Spectrum of Eternity and the first Living Infinite track. Other than that, all the other tracks are just kind of meh to me. I mean, they're not bad, but they're just not something that I listen to all the time. Like with the second disc, there's a ton of good tracks on there. Drowning with Silence, Antidotes in Passing, Leech, and the second Infinite is an amazing track. Rise Above the Sentiment, also, excuse me, very good. And Parasite Blues, another good one. See, there's a lot of good tracks on the second disc to The Living Infinite, so that's why I really like The Living Infinite. That was a great album, and it, like I said, it still is. It's an awesome album. It's like one of the best albums that ever came out in 2013. And I'm really upset that I didn't put this on the list of the best albums of 2015. But then again, I wasn't really into Soilwork by the time I made that video. I mean, they were just kind of like a mad band for me. You know, I thought they were good, but I just never got the chance to get their albums. I'll definitely be getting more albums soon. You know, stuff that I could possibly review. This is a great album, guys. It's just a good start for if you're now just getting into Soilwork. I think so. If I'm not mistaken, I feel like this is the first one that I started out with. It's a really good album. I really love it. I was afraid I was going to regret buying it because I did like the first track, The Ride Majestic, but that was like the only song that I heard when I bought the album. I didn't hear anything else. And I gotta say, this album is outstanding. Like, spot on amazing. I love this a lot. So if you are a fan of any kind of metal, if you're a fan of Demon Hunter especially, you need to check out this album because it can't disappoint you. This album is not really too hard to find. You can probably find it at Best Buy. I got this at the Exchange. You can try Best Buy. I don't think they'll have it at like places like Walmart or Target because they're really not on demand with metal, unfortunately. You can probably get this off Amazon if you can't find it anywhere. iTunes, you can do that, even though I'm not really a big fan of owning things digitally. So yeah, those are some options. You can get the album. So yeah, well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. It's a great album. Again, I highly recommend it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys around.